Hello from London Gatwick Airport. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick. This is the start of a very long day. Legging it to the train. Welcome to London Liverpool Street. I really don't miss this kind of commuting. And that was the bus to London Bridge Station. Next, let's pick up a train to Gatwick. The next station is London Bridge. Find departures here for London Gatwick and Vancouver, Canada. The next departure is in 10 minutes from here to Gatwick. I just need to leg it down to platform 4. At this rate, I'm going to be very, very early for my flight, which is at 1:20 It looks like I'm going to be there somewhere about 3.5 hours early. Okay, let's go to Gatwick on the Brighton train. It smells of hot bleach in here. All flights are currently operating out of the North Terminal here at Gatwick. It's so strange to see the South Terminal so quiet. Today's flight is with WestJet aboard W2, that's a 787 Dreamliner, from here in London Gatwick to Calgary, Alberta, and then making a connection in Calgary onwards to Vancouver. I'm looking forward to being on board the Dreamliner. I haven't been aboard a Dreamliner since before COVID, I think. So hopefully it's a comfortable flight. WestJet has a bit of a reputation in economy for a tight seat, and as I'm built like a rugby player, be kind. If I've got another rugby player beside me, that could get a little tight for the 9-hour flight. So let's hope it's somebody slight, or that I can breathe in for that length of time. Let's get checked in. So I've just been down to the check-in desks at WestJet. Actually, I had checked in online and I only have hand luggage, but I got a slightly concerning message yesterday which said that even if you were doing that, that you should still go to the check-in area. So I did that, and luckily I did, because they wanted to check the documentation and they'd rather do it here when it's kind of low and slow and anything can be sorted out, rather than at the gate, which would be problematic. But I guess you could technically go to the gate. Everything was checked: my passport, reason for flying, my PCR test, my ArriveCAN, which is the passenger locator form system for Canada, hand luggage only. Off we go through security and hopefully to a nice refreshing lounge. There wasn't a particularly manic queue. As usual, it's a bit sort of panicky and pushy as people try to get through. Still, it only took 10 minutes, and calmness is my middle name. I have a priority pass, so I'm going to try out one of the lounges here at Gatwick. I tried to get access to 2 other lounges before coming here. I'd forgotten that Plaza Premium no longer accept Priority Pass. Then I tried to access the number 1 lounge, but they're already booked out for Priority Pass passengers. So here I am in the Gateway Lounge. And it turns out that they had a pretty good breakfast option. This is their menu. There's not a lot of extras at the self-service area, but there's everything that I needed. Some coffee, a cookie. I'll be here for the next couple of hours. So quite enough lounging for one day. Down here at the gate, they're moving people from one side of the pen into a different side of the pen based on their zone. I'm in zone 4. I'm guessing that's the lowliest one. It is pretty tight on board.
So she said.
For the duration of the flight.
So after 9 hours and 7,000 kilometers, getting close to 5,000 miles, we have landed at Calgary. First step on Canadian soil on this Riverdance Revisited trip. I followed the queue for transferring passengers as I'm going on to a flight to Vancouver in a few hours. As far as I could see, everyone who came through that particular line was asked to do a randomized test. considering I didn't think I was getting in, I'm delighted. The lounge is only open for another half an hour, but I'm going to make the most of it. I'm not sure that I've been in an airport quite as quiet as Calgary. At least not since people started travelling after COVID.
Air Canada, Flight 848 to Frankfurt.
The next flight is with WestJet, WS127, travelling from here in Calgary to Vancouver in British Columbia. The flight will take about 90 minutes roughly. It looks like the aircraft will be a Boeing 737-800 and I'm in a middle seat. I managed to get swapped out for an emergency row seat, but that means I'm not going to be able to film this particular flight. I finally arrived in Vancouver. I decided not to film that particular flight because I was sitting in an aisle seat. Also, it's been 21 hours of travel so far, and I'm not quite at my final destination yet. And thirdly, I'll be taking a 737 with WestJet in 2 weeks' time during the day. The final leg of today's journey is the SkyTrain. My phone has no service here in Canada, and I can't seem to get on Wi-Fi, but I'm hoping that this is the right station for me to go to in order to get to my hotel. I think we can say that after 22 hours of travel since I left Michael's flat in Chelmsford this morning is finally over. I've arrived at the hotel here. As you saw from the outside, this is the Century Plaza. I'm going to do a review of this in the next video, but all I'm going to say for former river dancers who spent 2 months here, I don't think a lot has changed. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Planet Patrick. Please, as always, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. You can also join the channel for membership perks, and join me at Patreon if you want to support my travel. You can follow live stories over on Instagram at This Is Planet Patrick. Until the next episode, take care. Bye bye. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick.